Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM, half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. Boom Boom and Dave Coco here. As you can tell, we're pointing because we're practicing for WrestleMania.
That's all it takes, man. You just got to point.
It takes. You just got. Or no, wait a minute. I think it's over. I think it's the sun's over there. Okay, yeah, but we're pointing here, doing And by the way, it's Groundhog's Day here in America. And
so greatest movie ever.
Exactly. So that means Dave Coco, if he comes out of his apartment and he sees his shadow, that means 6 more weeks before he writes his next novel.
Sadly, that's true. Well, the reason why there isn't a next novel, it's called Depression, kids. 3 things before we get started. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, so we're gonna try to rush through this. 3 things. 1, happy birthday to 2nd Division Marines, 70+ years old. So mad props to you. Congratulations. 2, I forgot what 2 is. Skipping to 3. 3. No, on a serious note, though, I know what 3 is. All right. On a serious note, though, I just want to give a shout out to James Legend. His mother passed away, and she was seriously the sweetest woman ever. James Legend's family knows how bad my health problems were. That's why one of the reasons I moved to Japan, and they would let me stay at their house no matter how sick I was. And one day I for 4 days straight, I was just passed out because I was really sick with concussions and all that other fun stuff. And she just took care of me like I was part of the family and treated me so fucking great. And I remember the last thing that she ever said to me, or one of the last things she ever said to me, probably the last thing she ever said to me is like, get the fuck out of my house. You've been here for like 8 weeks. But one of the things I was like, hey, I was telling her, she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to be a novelist. And she's like, oh, I believe in you. And I just thought that was absolutely amazing. So the greatest women. So much love to James Legend and his family. And to me, they're just like family. So there you go. And the 3rd thing, Booms, to lighten up the mood, I am wrong about everything. If you watch Stump the Idiots this week I didn't do them because of depression. But if you watch Stump the Idiots the week before, every question I got wrong. Will Kenny Omega leave the Bullet Club? Never. Will the NXT main event be good? Never. Like, I was like, oh, this TakeOver main event's going to suck. Oh, it's the greatest match in fucking WWE history. 2 for 2. I did not predict anything. I know nothing. Send your questions to @KocoSports for Stump the Idiot. I assure you, I'll get them all wrong. Kenny Omega will never leave the Bullet Club. The NXT main event's going to be a fucking shit. You know what? Most people probably wouldn't bring attention to this. Most people would be like, oh, well, maybe no one paid attention. We'll start off with this show with all my mistakes. Oops. Well, it is called Stump the Idiot in my defense.
Yeah, it is Stump the Idiot. So, looking back on it, man, this past weekend, we had just a ton of stuff. You had WWE had a couple of shows, NXT, and then, of course, the Royal Rumble. New Japan had a couple of shows. They had New Beginnings to Sapporo, the 2 nights of that. It was a hell of a wrestling weekend, and I can honestly say I sat down and watched it all.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Give yourself a pair of hearts. And then first off, this ain't going to be a straight up review just because there's too many shows. We're just going to talk about the highlights and the lowlights and high fives, everybody. All right. Boom.
Real quick, off the top, out of those 4 shows, who do you think had the best match?
Maybe because I fucking shitted on it in the preview, I think the NXT main event shocked the shit out of me. Because if you go back and listen to last week's Wrestle AM, I was like, this match sucks. I would never book this match. Like, I was shitting on it. I wasn't excited for it. And then I watch NXT and I'm like, God, thank baby Jesus I'm wrong. Thank you, Terry Funk, that I'm wrong. Sometimes it's good to be wrong. You know what I mean?
Okay. At what point in that match did you go, maybe I was wrong? Was it like 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in?
I'd say about 5 minutes. I'm like, it was at stages. I'm like, I was watching the preview and I was like, this might be good. Maybe I'm wrong. About 5 minutes in, I'm like, I might be wrong. Like 10 minutes in, I'm just like, I'm the biggest fucking idiot in the world. See, I don't see anyone on ESPN and politics or any other wrestling channels fucking mention their mistakes. We lead off with my mistakes.
You know, I will say after watching that match, Almas completely changed my mind about him. I was like, I thought, you know, I thought it was a mistake to put the championship on him. I thought he was good, but and he would better. He's been better since they've teamed him up with Zelina Vega.
Yeah,
And you know, Vega's has just been that missing piece to the puzzle right there that's really helped out. I was like, but I don't know if he's worthy of being, you know, an NXT champion. I hope he's not a flash in the pan. I hope they don't pull Bo. You know, he's not like the next Bo Dallas. And no, he fucking delivered. They did some shit, and I personally loved it how he got his wife involved. You know, Candice LeRae attacks, you know, Zelina Vega, takes her to the back and everything. You know, starts fighting her to the back. I like that spot. They did the shit on the outside. You know, that double knees to that to the ring post. With that hammerlock DDT from the top. I mean, it's like, dude, you had to fucking kill Johnny Gargano just to keep him down for a 3 count. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And poor old Gargano, man, he got flack on Twitter for that. He's like, yes, because Meltzer gave that 5 stars.
Yeah.
And I think that's
the first time in years that a WWE match got 5 stars.
Yeah, first time in years WWE has gotten a match, and then he's like, yes, I'm the 5-star lord, and everybody's like, dude, you fucking lost that match. I was like, poor old Johnny, man. Johnny can't win. But I'll tell you this much: if Gargano's not a fucking star, I mean, I don't know what the fuck else. I don't know what the fuck else to say or do.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it feels good to be wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and right now it feels good to be wrong. I thought the match was shit. I thought these guys.
Speaking of being wrong, I was like, we're going to the Royal Rumble, and I thought, how the hell is WWE gonna fucking shit in the fucking turd bowl this time? How the fuck are they going to do it now? I mean, they have. I kid you not. I think I went past like the Royal Rumble winners. I'm talking like Sheamus, Cena, Reigns, Orton. You know, just like going through this Triple H, this whole list of fucking disappointing winners. They're just pointless winners. I was like, how the hell are they going to fuck it up this year? They didn't. Shinsuke Nakamura winning the men's Royal Rumble. Without going, you know, too in depth with it, how satisfied are you with the men's Royal Rumble?
Well, first off, you know, I'm so happy for Japan. I'm so happy for dude. It felt like a New Japan show. There was people wearing Bullet Club shit. There was just AJ Styles winning, Nakamura winning. You know, it really just felt like Japan moved on the best stage. And the best thing about it was you got to see everything that's horrible in wrestling on one side of the ring, minus Rey Mysterio, and everything that's great on the other side of the ring. And the Philadelphia fans let them fucking have it. And you know what? How long have we been saying this, Boom Boom? Eventually, talent has to matter. And Philadelphia, and it was just everything that's wrong with pro wrestling and Rey Mysterio on one side of the ring, and everything that's right with pro wrestling on the other. And then when it was in the finals, Rey was gone. It was John Cena and Roman Reigns. They're faces, but no one fucking roots for them. I get it. Yay, WWE. Yay. We have to push a face that can't wrestle. Yay. Who's going to be next? Versus 2 of the most talented fucking guys ever. And it was good versus evil. And you know what? Eventually talent has to win, right? Eventually the good have to win. And that's what happened.
Yeah, Baszler was the Iron Man. He damn near lasted a fucking hour by himself. I mean, that's props to him. I'm hoping they give him something better to do, especially at Mania.
Yeah, and well, the next night he fucking lose. Of course. Fucking douchebag. I'm not a big...
Maybe we can get that Cena kid over, you know?
Yeah. So, holy fuck balls. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it was everything good versus everything evil. And finally, the good guys won. It's just, I don't know. Because here's the thing. I know they're for kids. But shouldn't we have a valuable lesson for kids that talent matters? Like, really, what are your kids learning? That allegedly steroid abusers with no talent is your future if you're the chosen one. Well, I guess that is a fucking important lesson to be teaching them, Vince.
Yeah.
Thank God for the XFL. I'm just happy Nakamura won. Like 2 years after he jumped ship from New Japan to there. And I just hope with Vince going to the XFL, Triple H pretending to be cool, that eventually when you turn on pro wrestling, and it's not even a sport, Hollywood, talent matters. So you can't be like, oh, it's not a sport, it's sports entertainment. Well, they don't fucking send out John Cena to play goddamn Iron Man because he can't fucking act. Talent has to matter somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I just can't wait for one day. Because Pixar, like, you can knock Star Wars. You can knock Pixar. You can knock Marvel. You can knock Walt Disney. You can even knock the NFL. But at the end of the day, those list of people on that I just listed off, they are genuinely trying their hardest to entertain you. Even DC Comics, they fail sometimes. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. Moving on.
Don't worry.
DC Comics, but I guarantee they're at least fucking trying. I am tired for the last 10 fucking billion years that Vince McMahon has walked fucking planet Earth of him going, oh, we're going to piss him off by fucking pushing this guy who has no fucking talent. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just have a guy with talent. And you know what? Maybe it's the Royal Rumble. Maybe it's because we just saw a great Royal Rumble. But, before I die, can we just not have a face of the company who can't fucking wrestle? Can we have a face of the company who's earned it? Yeah, how about this, Boom Boom? Before I die, can we have a face of the company who actually gets cheered? That's it. That's it. That's all I want. How long has it been? John Cena's been wrestling for what? 15 years?
I think last time they had I'm trying to remember the last time they had a face of the company that was cheered. I think it was The Rock.
Rock, Stone Cold. Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
God. And how long has that been? It's been like 15 fucking years.
I don't know. Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin's doing what we do, only a little lot better. He's podcasting, for Christ's sake. Yeah. I mean, can we just have a face of a fucking company that gets cheered when they go out? That's it. That's it. That's all I'm asking, dude. Fuck it. Let's not even fucking have talent. And fucking Braun Strowman gets cheered. Hell, at least it's a step up. I'm just so happy Nakamura won. And you know what? I'm gonna, for the fact that I don't want to kill myself, I want to pretend that this is the turning point where talent matters. I want to be like Booms. Remember when we used to do podcasts for 800 fucking years and radio shows and television shows, and we fucking absolutely despised it because, Vince McMahon was like, ah, here's my chosen guy. He can't wrestle, but here he is. What if you just tried? Love or hate Star Wars, they tried. Mm-hmm. Love or hate Marvel, DC, they try. Pixar tries. I honestly think WWE doesn't fucking try. And you'd be like, oh, yeah, they do. Bullshit. They'll stick to their fucking... Booms, let's look at this positive. Nakamura and this Royal Rumble is going to change everything.
Yep, and he immediately, after winning, challenges AJ Styles. So something that we haven't seen since Wrestle Kingdom 10, I'm going to go way back there, something we haven't seen in at least a couple of years, something that I didn't know if we would ever see it on this continent. I never thought I would ever see AJ Styles versus Nakamura in North America. It's going to happen at Mania, and it is going to be fucking awesome. The only thing I hope is they give them enough time to do a decent match, and they also build it up properly because, go back. If you've got a subscription to New Japan World, or hell, even if you don't, there's this site called YouTube. Look up AJ Styles versus Nakamura. That was a really, really good match.
Woohoo! And some people were there live. Yeah! So... yeah, it was an awesome match, and I hope it is, and I hope talent fucking succeeds. I mean, if it's a sport, talent has to matter, okay? If it's an entertainment, talent has to matter. Why, for years, have you been so stubborn and not the best guy has done it? And you could be like, oh, you're just picking on Roman Reigns. But, like, seriously, does anyone – let's separate it. Let's separate it. Does anyone think – they are the best athletes and best wrestlers? No, you might be a John Cena fan, but do you honestly think he's been the best athlete and wrestler? Or Roman Reigns? They're the same person. What does it matter? We'll just call him Roman Cena. All right? Do you think Roman Cena has been the most entertaining for all the years they've been there? Do you think Roman's? This is it. We're turning it around, baby. Nakamura is turning it around. Yo! By the way, off topic. There's this girl I know with the last name Nakamura, and I might just date her because of that last name. And then if we get married, I'm going to turn it into Nakamura. That's it. I live in Japan. And she doesn't speak a lick of English. And our only conversations we have is, hi, I miss you. And she's like, hi, I miss you too. That is the extent of our conversation. But because I love Nakamura and I want to change my name to Dave Nakamura, I might marry her. And you know what? It's 2057. You could take the woman's last name.
Speaking of women, first ever women's Royal Rumble. Those girls went for about an hour. And your girl, your future ex-wife Asuka, she won the first ever women's Royal Rumble. But a little bit of controversy there. It was kind of rained on. Her moment was kind of rained on by the announcement that that WWE had signed Ronda Rousey. But okay, so David, real quick, give me your initial thoughts on the women's Royal Rumble, your thoughts on Asuka winning, and then how they handled the aftermath.
I like the fact that Cien got there. I've liked the fact that Molly Holly was in it. I marked out as fuck for that. The Bellas being in the Final Four. It's like, Jesus Christ. Listen, women. We have a bunch of men that have no fucking talent taking up half the ring in the Final Four. We don't need women with no talent doing the fucking same. And I'm tired of SmackDown and women. Everyone's doing the same storyline. It's like, hey, guys, here's two guys that can't wrestle against two great athletes. Hey, girls, here's two girls that can't wrestle. Jesus Christ, how shitty is John Cena's kid going to be? But, you know what I mean? It's just, come on, dude. Change it up. A, Asuka, I loved her from day one. Booms can tell you that. 2,
oh yeah,
James Legend says I can't marry any more Kanas. It doesn't work out. And 3, I was super excited and happy for this. A lot of people were upset because the women went on last, but I think it's groundbreaking, and I think they can.
I would not be upset about that. It was the main event. It was a historical moment. It was a main event, and it was treated with respect for once. So I think that was the absolute right call. I thought they were going to start with the women's Royal Rumble, but no, they went up closing with it. As far as the Rumble goes, now under normal circumstances with the Rumble, I usually hate it when they bring in a lot of guest appearances that just turn out to be just like a waste of time and a waste of space. They'll bring in somebody, they'll come in, hey everybody, and they immediately get knocked out, they get eliminated. I usually hate that, but in this case, I felt like it was completely justifiable to bring in all these other women. When they brought in Lita, that made sense. They brought in Trish for the 30th entry, which got a huge pop. That made sense. Molly Holly, as you mentioned. They brought in Jacqueline. They brought in Kelly, Tori Wilson. There were some women there that I really felt like deserved to be there, that needed to be there. Well, not so much Kelly, but
Hey, leave Kelly alone. She served me hot wings.
Yeah, Michelle McCool. And you had a lot of women that were kind of trailblazers, and they contributed a lot. So I felt like they deserved to have that moment. So under normal circumstances, I'd be like, oh, it's a waste of time. But with this historical moment, I really felt like people like Trish and Lita, Beth Phoenix, they needed Molly Holly, they needed to get that nod. They just kind of needed to get that recognition. It's like, you girls were actual wrestlers back when it was all bra and panties matches, and you were just kind of being shuffled around. It was just the bathroom break match. Now here, the women's division is actually being treated with respect, and you should be allowed to come back and kind of soak up some of that spotlight, because you were there, you helped, pave the way for this. So here's the go out there and tip your cap. And what I think happened, Dave, was that they were calling all these legends, if you will, and they were filling slots, and whatever they had left over, that's what they gave to the NXT girls. So I think had 2 or 3 of them not shown up, I think they would have plugged that hole with NXT girls. But
yeah, so I think it's a good idea not listing everyone off that's in the Royal Rumble. And I know one thing, I love the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I thought this was a huge win. They have to stop just random people going to ring and be like, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. I think all 30 members should be secret, or they should just have a reporter do it. Because, who the fuck wouldn't do it? I would be in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, no shit. I don't know. I hate that. I hate that build up. Hey guys, want to be in the Royal Rumble? Well, why the fuck doesn't all of them do it? You know?
Yeah. Oh, I love. Oh, by the way, I love Kyrie's fucking elbow drop, and I love that everybody in the mainstream got to see that. I am so happy. That is amazing looking elbow drop.
She's amazing. We're gonna go to live comments after we talk about Ronda Rousey. Then we're gonna hit up a couple of news stories. I am a huge Ronda Rousey fan for a really long time. Like, this is what's cool about being old. A lot of shit sucks about being old. Like explaining to people why you're dating girls in their 20s. Horrible. Second thing that's absolutely fucking horrible about being, or the good thing about being old is you can be like, I watched her when she was in judo. I watched her in Japan. I watched him in Japan. You know? Yeah, I actually loved Ronda Rousey from her judo days. And I don't know if you know this, but nothing is sexier than a girl that does judo. And she's absolutely amazing. And then I was a huge fan of her in the UFC. I try to support most of her movies, but I'm not a big movie watcher. But with all that said, a lot of people are upset that she's in the WWE. I'm not. I think it's absolutely amazing. Now, granted, her just coming out and pointing at the sign awkwardly for 97 minutes.
Yeah, that looked awkward. You got to give me that at least. It looked awkward.
Yeah, it looked awkward. I'm excited to see her there. I'm excited that, she's, giving mad props to Roddy Piper because she really been a Roddy Piper fan from the beginning of time. You know what I mean?
She even got permission from Piper to use the Rowdy, nickname.
Yeah. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy she's there. Was it awkward? Yes, but I don't know. I want to see where it goes. I'm really excited.
Let me ask you this: there's some people, saying that they didn't like how it was executed. I mean, should she be in the Rumble? Should they've done it before? Should they've done it the next night on Raw? I mean, how? But here's the thing: she had to fly back to Columbia to do that movie that she's shooting. So I think it was either then or we're gonna have to wait till to another fucking month.
I don't know. Besides the pointing too long, in my humble opinion, I thought it was perfect. If she went out there, pointed, they cut the cameras, it's over. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just think they didn't cut the camera. In my opinion, and maybe people disagree. You know what? I kind of blame WWE production on this one, and WWE production's fucking amazing. They should have cut the pay-per-view short. I mean, they were already over time. It was on the network. I would have just came out, pointed, holy shit, Ronda Rousey's there, bam, cut it off. Because that's what they would have done during the Monday Night Wars. You know what it is? I honestly think that's them being lazy. Because if this was during the Monday Night Wars, they would have cut it for the pure excitement. Because here's the thing. Ronda Rousey comes down. She points to the sign. Fucking the announcers, the PG version of holy shit, Ronda Rousey's here. Bam. Good night. But that's not what happened. Ronda Rousey sat there and pointed for like 15 minutes. She's like, should I keep pointing? And Asuka's like, you better point, bitch. It's like, okay. It was just awkward. But yeah, usually I give WWE's production team mad props. But I think they shit the bed by not cutting it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They should have cut this pay-per-view. And I'm not saying by hours. They should have cut, like should have went down. She should be like, what's Ronda Rousey doing here? Point to the fucking thing. Everyone's shocked. Bickety bam, bickety boom. Go home. You know what I mean? But instead, Ronda Rousey's like pointing at the sign. I don't know. Maybe I'm being sarcastic. It literally felt like 8 years of my life. You know what I mean? It was long. It felt long. It felt overdrawn. But I guess maybe that's... there's so many advantages to the network. I wonder if that's one of the disadvantages. Because they're like, oh, fuck it. We're on the network. Point at the sign all night, baby. But besides that, I was excited. All right, Booms to live comments? Or do you got something to say?
Well, just real quick, with signing Ronda Rousey, I mean, do you think they should have done with – you think they should do with Rousey like they're doing with Shayna Baszler, running through NXT or something first? Because you're going to have to try to polish her just a little bit.
No, never. She's too big. And I know a lot of people disagree with this, including Coach. I disagree. She's too big of a star. Like, the fact that it took this long is too long. And a lot of times, you know me, I won't defend WWE stances. And a lot of times I'm like, this is bullshit. I think her star power is way too big. Like, okay. I would have done the same exact thing. I would have cut it. I would have cut it a hell of a lot shorter.
But no, you have to, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, she's still under contract with the UFC, but she got knocked out. Her career kind of fell apart. She had a mental breakdown. She goes to Hollywood. I'm being a little maybe harsh on these terms, but it's the way I see it. She goes to Hollywood. She's a superstar, but her stock is dropping little by little. I mean, she's still a superstar. You know what I mean? Let's not deny that. But the longer you wait, the more the stock. Her stock just shot back up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I usually don't defend WWE, and they might shit the bed. They really might shit the bed on this one. But it's one of those things I would have done the same exact thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with Karma, Awesome Kong, and also Mystico. A lot of people are like, oh, it fucking failed. But you got to think, and you have to be honest, I would have took those chances. So I don't consider those fails on Triple H's part, because who wouldn't have put Awesome Kong? Who knew that she was going to get pregnant and all that situation was going to happen? Who knew Mystico could only wrestle in Mexico and fucking American Air kills him? I don't know what the fucking situation is with that motherfucker. But the moral of the story is sometimes you do the right thing and still lose. That's not failing. That's life. All right. Live comments, and then we'll hit up a couple stories.
Yeah. Live comments, baby.
Kevin Buchanan, thank you. Much love, brother. Thank you so much for tweeting us and loving us and all that fun stuff. Practice Match says, hey, going to NXT tonight. Awesome, brother. Tell me how it goes. This is a good week to be a fan, Heavy J. I agree with that. Finally, Ewok from Endor. Finally, the guys have come back to entertain us. Yeah, if I can hold, and dude, I don't even like drinking, but if I can hold my depressed alcoholism on Friday nights to 2 hours later, we're probably always going to do podcasts, me and Booms, at this time. I think this is officially the weekly spot for Wrestle AM because A, time differences, B, work schedules. So we're going to try to make as much content as we can. It's just we can't do what we used to. But I think I can hold off my depressing alcoholism for 2 hours every Friday night. So, yeah. Booms, by the way, I hate drinking, but you know what? It's
don't
free.
Do it.
I shouldn't. You're right. I'm not going to. Anyway, moving on. That clip's going to haunt me in about a couple hours.
Yep.
Yuri Blake says, WWE honestly had a great weekend overall, both NXT and Royal Rumble. I agree. Andre and Johnny was fucking awesome. 5 stars from Meltzer. This is all from Yuri Blake. Ewok. Okay, we're just having a conversation between guys. Is John Cena the biggest failure in WWE history because he chased millions of fans away? Long term, yes. Short term, no. You know what I mean? Long term, I mean, if John Cena looked himself in the mirror and took a truth serum, he would know he was a failure. Unless he's just like, I ripped off people, and then he's a thief. I guess that's where the hustle comes in. Chat for live shows? Yeah, welcome. You're in it. Prodigy Smashes got it. Okay. It's a fact. Just look at how low viewership has dropped since he became the #1 guy. I agree. They can spin it all they want. And here's the thing. They'll be like, well, WWE's making more money, but that's literally not because of John Cena. That's because of the moves. You know what I mean? It's basically they're making a lot more money with a lot less people watching.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of like what happened with ESPN. ESPN is technically making more money than they were at their peak, but that's because they jacked up their subscription rates. Like somebody did the math on it, and it was back when they peaked around 2011. They were making billions of dollars, but they were only charging like roughly $4, per subscriber. Well, now that their viewership's dropped, they fired people. And they've jacked up their subscription rate to like roughly $7 a subscriber. So technically, they're making more money, but they've got less viewers.
Yeah, and that has nothing to do with John Cena because John Cena's job is to fucking get. It doesn't matter. I don't even want to talk about it. He sucks. We all know he sucks. And I honestly got to the point now where like someone's like, "Oh, I don't think John Cena sucks." It's like, okay, you just hate wrestling fans. You know what I mean? I literally got to that point. Like, I don't even argue anymore. I don't think John Cena's that bad. All right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even argue. You don't have to, like, it's kind of like back in the day when CM Punk and Kurt Angle were like fucking the number one guys by far, or like Okada. Like, someone will come up to me, Okada's not a good wrestler. Like, it's such a ridiculous statement in my head. I'm just like, all right. Like, I don't even bother arguing. John Cena isn't horrible. Okay. You know what I mean? Just, okay. Because you're literally just arguing to make people angry. I'd rather you just go, I hate pro wrestling fans, than I'd shake my hand and be like, at least you're honest.
Yep.
You know what I mean? At least you're honest.
All right. More comments. Come on.
All right. Heavy J, they had to give it to Finn or Nakamura. Otherwise, they would have 2015 all over again. I agree with that. You guys looking forward to seeing Trevor Mann on 205 Live? I'm just looking forward to 205 Live, period. I got to watch it more.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Yeah, so there you go. And let me see. Give me 5 seconds. I hope so too. Rick, just they got to fix it. It's got to be a cruiserweight show. That's it.
Well, yeah, I think it was Chuck Taylor said, "Enjoy your time at 205 Live, motherfucker." And I've got to say, we got a feeling that was a fucking shoot.
Yeah. It's so sad. Prodigy Smash says, I loved it. However, I hate how they didn't give Asuka her time to shine after the match. They shoved Ronda in our face. I'm glad she's in WWE, but they should have debuted her at a different time. That's interesting. I just think you have to make the Royal Rumble special. I don't think it took away from Kana, in my opinion.
No, I don't think it did either. I mean, she won. You know, they kind of had Rousey. I agree with Dave. I think what they could have done is let her have her moment, do her thing, and then, you know, Stephanie comes out, but wait, there's more. Out comes Ronda Rousey. She points, boom, cut it, we're done.
Yeah. And I don't think, once again, I don't think it takes away from Kana, you know, because they just let it go on way too long. I don't think that's Ronda. I don't think either women. I don't think it's any women's fault. Maybe Stephanie McMahon. I mean, I don't know if she's on a production team. It's the production team's fault. Like, you got to cut that shit. You gotta be like, oh my God, Ronda Rousey's here. And how bad was Stephanie McMahon on commentary during that? She was just like, oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I see. I just thought she was the most horrible human being alive during that. It was like, holy shit. Act shock or just act brag, but don't be like a little bit of both. She was like so confused. She didn't know how to act. Heavy J, typical WWE. They give you what you want, but they'll do it their way. Well, hopefully their way equals talent one day, but it's not. Ewok from Ender says, I'm on the fence with Rousey. Can she wrestle? That's only time can tell. I mean, her judo is amazing. She's she's great at other shit. So, yeah, she's one of the most popular female fighters, groundbreaking pioneer. So, I don't know. Talent doesn't matter in Hollywood either. Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the worst actors I've ever seen. I don't know. I thought he's good in Terminator and Conan the Barbarian. If you typecast him, he's not bad. Heavy J says, Rousey needs to earn her stripes like everyone else. And not only that, but in Arnold Schwarzenegger's defense, no one ever considered him a real exciting actor. I'm sorry. I meant Hollywood like isn't real good actors. Like, yeah. Because, I don't know. I don't consider him that great of an actor. I was thinking more of talented actors. All right, everyone, time to head into work. All right, have a good one, brother. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a legend. Yeah, but he's a terrible actor. All right, let's see. We're getting off base here. Hold on, give me a second. All right. Sorry, I'll get to you in a second, cell phone. Good morning, Koco Boom. Say what's up, Bill. Let's see. Heavy J. I'm sad to see Omega out of Bullet Club because it's the way the story was going.
We got to talk about this, dude. We've got to talk about this.
Go ahead. You want to talk about it now, or you want to hit up more live comments?
We got to do it now. We got to. He brought it up. I mean, everybody wants to know, and I know they want to know what the fuck you think. They don't give a shit what I think, but they want to know what the fuck you think about that. Dave, you have been pretty much anti-Bullet Club since Prince Devitt left.
Yeah. I was really heartbroken at Prince Devitt left.
You got to admit, man, this is pretty intriguing. For those of you who didn't check it out, if you got a subscription to New Japan World, dude, it's like, once you break it down from like the yen to US dollar conversion, it's like what, $7.50 American a month. They had 2 shows in Sapporo. The second night, it was a stunning upset. Jay White hangs in there, defeats Kenny Omega with the Blade Runner. Adam Page immediately comes out to challenge Jay White. Kenny Omega still bummed out about the loss, pushes Adam aside, shoves the U.S. title in Jay White's, chest. It's like, here, fucking take it, motherfucker, whatever you got me. And then this kind of led to a spat between Page and Omega. They brought in Kenny Omega. Of course, that brings in Marty Scurll. There's a lot of jaw-jacking back and forth going, no, you lost, whatever. This is his moment. You're taking away his moment. It's his time. This is what we do. And then it just kind of resorted to a shoving match. The Young Bucks come out. Matt Jackson got shoved down, who's been working a kayfabe back injury. This led to like a lot of hard feelings. It looked like they were patching everything up. They were going to the back. Cody Rhodes looked like he was holding open the ropes for Omega to go through. He closes it, crotches Omega, then hits him with the crossroads. This leads to an attack. My favorite fucking line was when Cody Rhodes goes to the outside, goes to the English commentary table, is asking for a chair, and Kevin Kelly's like, kind of hands him the chair, and Don Callis like, why the hell did you hand him the chair? Why would you do that? Why? Why would you hand him the chair? And they're gonna start. He's gonna start attacking Kenny Omega. Kota Ibushi comes in runs in, does the save. He offers his hand to Kenny Omega. Omega initially turns it down, but then gives him a big old hug. So it looks like the Golden Lovers have reunited.
Woo! Follow me on Instagram at Dave Coco. I'll put up a picture of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge pop. There was confetti flying around. And the two things everybody was talking about was, one, is Kenny Omega officially done with Bullet Club? Two, what's going to be next for the Golden Lovers? I mean, there's just so much to talk about with this. So, Dave, real quick before I kind of get in my conspiracy theories and you get your conspiracy theories, from a guy who is not a Bullet Club fan, he's Team Chaos all the way.
Yeah, Team Chaos for life, bitches.
He's Team Chaos all the way. As a booker, as a wrestling fan, what did you think about this particular angle?
I didn't think it was going to happen. I just thought there was too much merchandise on the table.
Me too. Me too.
I never thought it would happen. I think he has to be out of it now, and it would be interesting to see where it goes. I don't know. To me, it just got me by shock. But can I nerd pick here a little bit? This is why Team Chaos fans are way better than Bullet Club fans. Bullet Club fans already fucking like, all right, fucking Kenny Omega's out. Chaos fans, if that shit happened, if Okada wasn't our leader anymore, we'd be crying and depressed and calling out of work. We're real fans. We just don't wear fucking T-shirts at Royal Rumbles. Chaos fans are fucking for life. Like, I remember when Nakamura, left for WWE. We were, legit fucking sad for, a year. We're just like, oh, man, remember when we had Nakamura? Yeah, that's great. Oh, well. You motherfuckers, he's been gone for 10 minutes. You're like, let's update Wikipedia. Let's get crazy. Bullet Club fans, let's just be honest. You really just love the shirts, don't you? You're not true believers. You are not. If they're true believers, you would know.
I will concede a lot of the Bullet Club stuff has transcended over into the mainstream, because you can buy those shirts at Hot Topic now, and it's not to say awesome. That, how many kids are walking into Hot Topic and going, who the fuck is Marty Scurll? Who the fuck is Cody? Who the fuck is Cody? Who are the Young Bucks? It looks kind of cool though, so maybe I'll buy it. And you see that, I mean, you see it pop up everywhere. So I think they transcended that. And I do think it's gutsy because, Bullet Club, I mean, it's still popular, especially the American, the elite, the American version over here in the United States is still huge. So to take that kind of gamble, I mean, it shows guts. I mean,
it definitely does. I definitely think it would be a heel turn.
So, I mean, that's balls. I mean, you got to admit, Dave, from a writing point of view, that's ballsy writing.
Yeah, definitely. It's just taking a chance, and hopefully it pays off. Because, I think the Young Bucks will be okay. I think Bullet Club will be okay. I don't know. I don't think Cody Rhodes is worthy, but that's just my opinion. But then again, I'm a huge Prince Devitt fan. I'm old school Bullet Club. But yeah. No, Team Chaos for life. That's where the real fucking fans are. Hate to call you out, Bullet Club fans, but come on. Come on, man. You're not even sad. You're fucking partying it up, fucking rock and rolling. What the hell, Bullet Club fans? Plus the Elite. I don't know. There's just a lot of merchandise on the table. That's a lot of merchandise. So hopefully, they can rebound and all that fun stuff.
Let me ask you this, Dave. Now, and this is some theories that I had about it.
All right.
Is now, if you watch Being the Elite, which by the way, that's free. You subscribe to it on YouTube. It's the Bullet Club's official YouTube channel. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking hilarious to watch. I love. By the way, how Nick Jackson edits that is just amazing. The very closing one, and you can watch this anyway for free, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything. You see Kenny Omega in the hotel. He's finally knocks on the door, opens up. It's the Young Bucks, and then there's Kenny Omega standing there with Kota Ibushi, and they go into the hotel room to talk to the Young Bucks. So that's how the last episode ends, and interested to see what's going on. Here's what I think they're setting this up for. This is either setting up for one of two things. Either this is going to be the main event for Strong Style Evolved. You're either going to have the Bucks versus the Golden Lovers, or you're going to have Omega versus Cody for control of Bullet Club at Strong Style Evolved in March. Or if they want to drag it out this long, they could do this for the main event for All In.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. So hopefully something good happens. It's got me intrigued, and I'm going to watch it. I just don't know if it's a step in the right direction, but we'll find out. Mm-hmm. All right, to live comments.
To live comments.
And I think we got one more or two more stories. Ewok from Endor, Mr. KocoSports Nakamura. That will be officially my name. I don't know. Would you ask a girl out? And she's cute, but would you ask a girl out just because you're like, hey, if we get married, I can be Mr. Nakamura? But the only thing is, I'm always like, hey, are you related to Nakamura? And she's like, who's Nakamura? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, what's that mean? I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out. Yeah. How are you a Japanese female and not know? Come on.
Dave, if you're ever thinking about getting married again, here's what I want you to do. I want you like every 30 years or so, I just want you to go find a woman you can't stand to go buy her a house. That way you just cut out the middleman.
Yeah. All right. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks turned the Bullet Club into a joke. They used to be a cool gang like faction, and now they're a bunch of clowns. I don't know. It's different, but some people like it.
I just don't get why they let that happen. They kind of there's like an active rift between the Bullet Club. You've got the Americans, the elite, and then you've got the Tongans and everybody else. I just can't believe and I guess maybe in the context, with in New Japan, Wrestling Ranton, who by the way does better videos than this, best described the factions in New Japan as more like clubs or dojos, like in MMA, they all get together, train together. Yeah, and it's kind of like that because you've got that with Chaos, but they're kind of united on one front. The only places that are like street gangs, like a traditional faction, like you and I would remember, it would be LIJ and Suzuki Gun. But everybody else is just kind of they're kind of like clubs. They're kind of like MMA, clubs. They're kind of doing their own thing. I'm just surprised with Bullet Club they've let it, let this divide, just get so big. They've had this rift.
It should be interesting where it goes. Robo says they should kick out the Young Bucks and replace them with the Briscoe brothers because they're the most badass guys in wrestling and they'd fit in with the Bullet Club. I don't know. I'm indifferent. I'm okay with that.
Character-wise, I guess character-wise you do have a point, but merch-wise, popularity-wise, nah.
Plus, the Young Bucks were like the first outsiders to join the trio, or one of the first outsiders. I actually don't know my Bullet Club history, but they were early Bullet Club, not the earliest, but pretty early.
Yeah, I remember. Devitt introduced them.
Yeah. Heel Steven says, "Hey, sup guys? Here at morning job at the airport, just swinging by, showing the show some love. Have an awesome day, everyone. Appreciate it, Steven. Nice. Enjoy the airport." Says, "Are you guys looking forward to seeing CM Punk get knocked out in his next fight?" Actually, that's the next story we're going to talk about.
To the next story. Dana White has said that CM Punk is going to. We've got this on KocoSports.com, KocoSports.net.
Link in the doobly-doo.
Yeah, down there, check it out. Saying that Dana White was saying that Punk wants to go again, so he's going to give him another chance. So it could be another 2-3 months, but he could get another fight. Now, I want to say this: I don't think necessarily what happened with Punk was fair, because you had a guy who was starting from scratch. And by the way, you can sit there and you can just laugh at CM Punk for losing. Well, what are you losing? Like what, 2.5 minutes roughly?
Yeah. It was just
which to be honest, he lasted about 2 minutes longer than any of us would have ever lasted. But they put him up there with a guy who's been doing jiu-jitsu his entire life. This guy had been doing jiu-jitsu for what? I mean, he'd been working for every day for a couple of years just to get to that point.
Well, it was a learning experience. Granted, a lot of fans are immature and be like, blah, blah, but it was a learning experience. Here's the thing about jiu-jitsu. If someone has a higher level than you, you're going to get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you're a black belt, but then you go against like, I don't know, one of the greatest BJJ guys ever, you're going to get your ass kicked. If you're a white belt going against a blue belt, you're going to get your ass kicked. It's just, he went in there with someone more experienced, and it had to be a factor. I mean, it was probably a humbling factor, but, and then here's the thing. A lot of people complain about CM Punk and Ronda Rousey and all that. And Ronda Rousey going to WWE and Brock Lesnar jumping back and forth and CM Punk going back and forth. But I've been an MMA fan really long because I'm old. When have we become such fucking douchebags? And I'm talking about MMA fans. Like, I love MMA. I love UFC. But the fan base can be a bit much. Like, I love fucking Pride, but I hate pro wrestlers getting into MMA. Okay. Makes perfect sense. Real old school fans know why that's the dumbest fucking comment ever. I don't know. It's just MMA used to be, you want to see these guys fucking fight? Let's go find out. But maybe it's got too popular. Maybe it got too big of a sport. I don't know what the situation is. But, back in the day, you were excited to see a warrior try something new. Nowadays, it's like, don't try anything new. Fucking, you get your ass kicked. Like, here's an example. Like, if I went in there and fought, someone that's way better than me and got my ass kicked, I don't know. I just don't get the way they think right now. I would still support CM Punk. Do I think he'll do good? It just depends on his opponent. I don't think you could, no matter how good of an athlete you are, except, Brock Lesnar is an exception. I think if you're going into a professional sport at its highest level, which I believe the UFC is right now, I mean, a lot of people might be like, Bellator has a couple fighters, Japan has a couple fighters, but overall, UFC is probably the highest level. If you're going in there, you're the fucking underdog. You know what I mean? It takes balls. Like, I don't know. I think we've become such a fake winning society that we don't, and that's how fucking upsets happen. Like, can you imagine? Let's talk about the greatest upset ever, not Japan rugby. One of the greatest upsets ever, Mike Tyson, obviously. Okay, outside of Japan, one of the greatest upsets ever was the Olympic hockey team beating Russia. Can you imagine the attitude towards that now? Be like, oh, God, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I'll be rooting for CM Punk. I won't be betting on him, but I'll be rooting for him. Your thoughts, Booms?
Yeah, I'm hoping they stick him against somebody who's either just starting out or is 1-0, something like that. Just some. Well,
that's what they did do, but the guy had so much more experience.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a tough call.
I mean, speaking like, what is it like if you start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it takes you what, with the way they've got things structured, it takes you 15 years to get your black belt?
Well, it depends. They have super athletes that had tons of money and just got straight on top, like BJ Penn. But BJ Penn, they call, he's a prodigy. You know what I mean? His family had a lot of money. He had a lot of time, and he was basically a super athlete. But yeah, it just depends, But I don't know what the average is, but 15 years sounds about right. You got some people that are just super athletes that are going to smash to the top. So really, it just depends. It also depends on how much you do it. If you only go to jiu-jitsu class once a week, that's something different than that's living in a dojo 24/7. You know what I mean? And that's not just jiu-jitsu. That's just in any fighting art, So, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll be rooting for him, but I won't be betting on him. That's pretty much it. And I don't know. I like crossover. I think it takes balls, I don't know. I respect courage, and I think, win, lose, or tie, it takes courage to do that. Plus, he could have just not done it and been a superstar. You know what I mean? He's not only getting his ass whooped, but he's tarnishing, a legacy that a lot of people, would. What's the time in Japan? It is 9:32 at night.
It's 7:32 here on the East Coast.
I walk from Endor. I don't really care much for the UFC. This is why I'm not hot for Rousey. I understand that. Yeah, I'm more excited about Asuka than Rousey. I agree. Don't forget the thumbs up if you're enjoying these guys. Appreciate the plug, Ewok. Like, comment, subscribe. Stephanie was awful. Yes, Stephanie's voice makes me want to punch a baby. Yeah, she's just bad. She was not good. She looked good though. She does look good. Why does Bum Bums hate Austin Aries and the Hardy Boys? I don't know if Bum Bums hates him.
I don't hate either one of them. He hates the Hardys.
I hate the Hardy Boys. And I don't know. I don't know if I hate Austin Aries. I just think he was a lot better and stopped trying. But that gets me heat. I don't know. At Ring of Honor, something happened. Just one day he's like, I'm going to stop trying. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just fucking a bitch and fucking just don't think he's as good as he used to be. I don't know. I don't know. He used to be one of the greatest athletes going. And now he's absolutely average. And maybe that gets me heel heat, but I don't see it. And like, look at this Austin Aries match. Okay, I'll watch. All right. Whatever. But now he has like 800 fucking billion titles. So, I don't know. I don't hate Austin Aries. It's just, I'm disappointed in Austin Aries. Like, I guess that's the way. But the Hardys I fucking hate. Fuck the Hardys. I have respect for Aries not accepting to be a WWE bitch. I think so too. One thing to consider is what are the Bullet Club's originals going to do? Yeah, I don't know. It should be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because you would think Fale, the Gorillas of Destiny, Chase Owens, Yujiro Takahashi, you would think they might have an opinion on this.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, thank God I'm in this group getting T-shirt revenue. That would be the greatest. If you just go up to Fale and be like, oh, thank God I was part of the original 3. Thank God for that T-shirt revenue. Oh, okay. I wonder if that's exactly how they would translate it, too. It would be the most honest answer in wrestling. Bill says, CM Punk is going to get pawned again. Probably. Trap bro. If you need more subs, just sub me. I got it. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. But he still gets to go home to AJ Lee. Yeah. I don't know. I just think we should. And no, maybe this is why people. We by the way, me and Sammy plan to do an all Star Wars nerd review show. I don't know why it's going to be on this channel, but we're going to do one. I think not Americans. That's not fair. I think today's society can't accept failure, and because I think the reason why people didn't like Star Wars, the theme was failure. I think that people are like, oh, look at that guy. He tried something that was ballsy but failed. I don't know. I don't get that. I don't know. But that's just me. Moving on. Heavy J, Ishii will be facing Keith Lee. Again, the first match was fantastic. Ewok from Endor says Starscream. Yeah, dude, that's so awesome. I love Starscream. I love Transformers. Fuck you, Michael Bay. Rocky 4 is the best Rocky film. Would you guys agree? Here, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Booms. You can answer this. I love Rocky series so much that I don't have a favorite and I don't have a least favorite. I will defend every fucking Rocky movie. The sequels, the prequels, the fucking dude, I love Rocky. Like my biggest regret in life is not being able to have superpowers to make more Rocky movies. You're like, oh my God, there's 8 Rocky movies. I'm like, dude, if I was in charge, there'd be like 900. I love the Rocky franchise, and I will defend all the fucking Rocky movies because I think they're all amazing. Even Rocky 5, fuck you. I love the Rocky movies, except for the one scene where him and Apollo are fucking hugging each other on the beach. That's the only part I don't like. Like, I remember even as a little kid watching that, I'm like, I don't know what gay is, but that's definitely it. So outside of Apollo and Rocky hugging on the beach, I will defend everything about the Rocky series. I love Rocky. I can understand why some people think Rocky 4 is the best, and I can understand why some people think Rocky 1's the best. You know what I mean? I love the Rocky series, and I can't wait to keep watching them. But now that Apollo's son is fucking rocking it, I don't know. I'm just a huge, huge, huge fan of the Rockies. Yeah, I like 4. And I understand why people hate it and love it, but I just love the Rockies. Booms, give your opinion on the Rocky franchise. 4.
No, Rocky 1, the first one. That's the absolute best
so
one.
Good. All of them are good, though.
It's regarded as one of the 100 greatest films ever made. It won the Oscar. Yeah. I mean, it tells a great story. I mean, it's just, the whole point of it's not that Rocky, wins or loses. It's the fact that he went the distance.
Dude, I'm going to go watch all the Rockies. I'm so fucking pumped up right now.
That's the reason why it was the best. Now, 4 was pretty good. I love that cheesy 80s soundtrack. You know what?
I might get some fucking heel heat. Booms. You ready to fucking nerd heat? Get some nerd heat?
Yep.
I think the Rocky series is my favorite movie series of all time, even edging out Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is pretty amazing, but I don't consider that a franchise. I think that's something bigger. But yeah, I love the Rocky movies, all of them. Dude, I know what I'm going to do on Valentine's Day. I'm going to convince a girl to watch a Rocky marathon movies. That's because right now I don't know what girl I want to hang out on Valentine's Day, or if any of them, because I'm a weird person. But I'm going to be like, hey, on Valentine's Day, you guys just want to fucking come to my house and watch, the Rocky series? And the first girl that says, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm like, you're the one. Next. You ever see that speed dating joke where you're and they always say, they ask a question and she gets it right. And she's like, I'm out. I'm good. That would be me. So I'll just be like, hey, for Valentine's Day, you want to order a pizza, drink some champagne? I'm a classy guy. Order some Pizza Hut, some champagne, and watch all the Rocky movies? Yeah? Okay. Good. You're the one. She's the one. Oh, this rumor has it we get off track. If CM Punk came back to wrestling fans, we'd forget him losing in 20 seconds. Yeah, I think so. I just think it's two different things. So do you guys think Finn Balor has a boring character? No, not at all. He has a safe WWE character. Safe is boring. I don't know. I mean, I just think he hasn't been able to shine because of creative. And they're doing the whole, we ruin your career because you're not over, but you're really over to, they're like, we're going to book you as you're not over because you're over. And we're going to book you that way until you're not over. And then we're going to tell you you're not over. Bravo. Bravo. Ask MVP how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the Russian is my favorite. That's 4.
That's 4.
Sweet. Yeah. How about on Rocky movie with Thunder Lips Hulk Hogan? Fuck yeah. Dude, I love all of them except Hugging at the Beach. And that's it. If I wasn't lazy, and I am lazy, I would fucking just get all the Rocky movies and edit that part out. They wouldn't hug on the beach. The hugging on the beach is a bit much. The Last Dragon is the best 80s movie next to Bloodsport. All right, what do we got here? Oh, okay, cool. Free beers. Booms. Remember when I said I wasn't going to drink? That's the problem. I don't pay for beer.
What are you, a sorority girl?
I have no idea. I have a superhero power. I literally have a superhero power. I have these group of bar friends. And they're like, hey, come out tonight. I'm like, I'm not coming out because I don't have money. They're like, that's okay. I'll buy you the drink. And then the thing is, it's either guys, girls, or a combination of both. They just start coming to our table, and they're like, to get to our table, you have to give us beer. And I don't know. It's a superhero power. Hey, Kamada, I'm just fucking, I got street credits, Kamada. I just show up to the bar and be like, hey, dude, I'm Kamada's original fucking gaijin. Hook me the fuck up. And they're like, okay, here you go. You got a cool nickname, get free beer. But in Kawasaki now, it's kind of okay, I see. See, the thing is, to get free beer, kids, this is the secret. You have to put free beer a priority over women. Because the secret is, you find women, They buy you the first 3 rounds because, like, in Japan, the women are way more aggressive than the guys, at least in my case. And then the Japanese guys say, holy fuck, they're with women. There's only 2 of them, and they got 5 women. I want to be in. And then they're like, okay, can we come to your table? Because, it's a bar where anyone can sit. I'm like, sure, next round's on you. And then they don't want to leave. And see, this is the thing. You can't cock block your fellow friends, okay? Your mission is not to get the puss. Your mission is to get the free beer. So you don't cock block them, and they keep getting you free beers. Problem solved. And then if you get really desperate, you find 2 like Japanese nerdy guys or business guys that are hanging out, and then you find a table with 4 girls. And then you and your homeboy or you and the Japanese guys go talk to those girls. And now this is the secret. You can't go for the puss if you want the free beer. If you go for the puss, then you have to get the free beer. And sometimes the free beer leads to the puss, but the puss never leads to the free beer. Booms, what were you talking about?
I have no idea.
How many Japanese people speak English? 1 in 1,000? It depends where you are. In Tokyo, I don't know. It's tough. I'd say maybe 1 out of 5 to 10. Usually, because like if I see 5 girls in a bar, 1 of them will be able to speak English. So I'm going to say females know a lot more English than men do. And it depends on age, too. Now, university guys know a lot of English. I'm going to say in Tokyo, 1 out of 8. That's what I'm going to say in Tokyo. Outside of Tokyo, maybe 1 out of 100, maybe 1 out of 200. There's cities that probably no one can speak English. So if you're like a gaijin, it's like, fuck yeah, I don't know Japanese. Just stay in Tokyo, and 1 out of 8 people will know English. Maybe 1 out of 5 if you go with broken English. But you leave Tokyo, and you're just like, holy shit. I don't know. Yeah, so big cities, a lot of people speak English. Rocky series, you're a true Valentine. Goonies. Yeah, Goonies is good. How much do you think Baszler wants to kill Cena right now? That's from Hook and Shoot. I don't know, man. It's just someone, I don't know who it was, and I want to apologize, but I was listening to a YouTube video or a podcast that, like, they knew that, and this ain't my idea, but I'm passing it on, and I apologize. I'm stealing it from someone I don't remember. So, dear person on the internet, I apologize. They think the reason that Baszler lost is because they want him to win a big match at Mania. And if he won and went to the Elimination Chamber, he wouldn't win the Elimination Chamber because of Roman Reigns. And then John Cena has to feud against Johnny Cash or whoever the fucking guy is. What if Finn Balor brought in Captain New Japan into Baszler Club? That'd be the greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh, they did do that. He became Bone Soldier.
Yeah. I mean Baszler Club in WWE.
Oh.
Don't you hate the name Baszler Club because it feels like it's all about him and the other guys don't really matter? Yeah, but early Bullet Club was like that. Let's be honest. Early Bullet Club was Baszler Club. Dave, you have found the meaning of life. LOL. Yep. Never go for the puss first. Go for the free beer. You go for the puss first, you're going to be buying the beer. It's like a game of chicken. Like, free beer doesn't eliminate puss. Puss definitely eliminates free beer. Words to live by, Booms. Do you think you get that information? Do you think you get that information at Meltzer? Do you think you get that on What Culture? I don't think so. Moving on. Everything in WWE feels overproduced and fake. Yeah. Coco, did you ever watch House of Hardcore on Twitch? I saw a House of Hardcore on a pay-per-view once. It was like an internet pay-per-view, but I didn't watch it on Twitch. I didn't know they had it on Twitch. That's interesting. Yeah, I paid for a pay-per-view. I don't know. I am a huge ECW fan, and I only see one House of Hardcore. I think we're talking about Tommy Dreamer's promotion, right? If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Yes,
okay. I only watched one, and besides the Matt Striker match, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, and not only that, but like I paid pay-per-view money for an online pay-per-view. I think it was like $30 or $40. And I was like, oh, I'm an ECW fan. I like Tommy Dreamer. Let me do this. And I've made some big mistakes in my life. And I've invested in certain things and lost lots of money. But paying $40 for that House of Hardcore pay-per-view was pretty high on the, I fucked up in life situation. So I just never watched it again. I don't know. Maybe it's the price. Maybe I was expecting one night stand. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was out. Is Omega out or is it Bushi in? Oh, question. Here's my theory. And I'm just going to put my theory out there. I think the Elite and Bullet Club break up. I think the Young Bucks go with the Golden Friends. And if that's the case, Bullet Club's in a lot of trouble. That's my theory. I could be wrong. Considering we started off the show saying I was wrong like 72 times, I would not bet on my predictions. Heavy J says, Elias is like wrestling love child of Honky Tonk Man, Johnny Cash, and Danzig. What's your opinion of Drake Maverick? I haven't seen 205 this week, but I'm a huge fan of him, and hopefully does well.
Yeah, man, it's a huge coup, man. They got Rockstar Spuddies now, Drake Maverick. They pulled in EC3. The fact they introduced him as EC3 at NXT Takeover in Philadelphia. Jeremy Borash is now working with WWE, and it's looking like Bobby Lashley's signing is imminent.
So, yep. I don't know. I feel bad because people care about Impact. And
by people, we mean one. And we know.
No. There's like, I don't know, like on YouTube, there's a bunch of diehard TNA fans, and not just one that, we did a response to. But here's the thing. I actually apologize to TNA for making fun of them because there's a point where someone is hurt so bad and they're so low down the totem pole, and if people still love them, I'm just not going to mention them. You know what I mean? Like, good luck. But I'm happy TNA guys are going to be able to shine in WWE. I'm glad EC3 got a shot. I'm glad Spuddy. Jeremy Borash going to WWE. You know what? I'm happy for Jeremy Borash. I've met him a handful of times, and me and Boom Boom, we work in media. And a lot of people, when the camera's on and in radio, when you're live on air, well, we'll just say on air for in media. When you're on air, people are a lot kinder to you. But Jeremy Borash is legit a hardworking, caring, kind guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he's just a all-around good person who busts his ass. And I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? I hope he does good things in WWE, and I hope they don't ruin it for him. He deserves. You know what? Jeremy Borash deserves to be happy. That's it. And I'm happy for Jeremy Borash. I'm happy for EC3. I'm happy for Spud. And Bobby Lashley, I'm going to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So, I don't know. I don't want to kick TNA when it's down. Because here's the thing. TNA fans love TNA so much like it's their wife. You know what I mean? Like, you insult TNA, you're insulting their wife. I just don't want to insult. I don't want to go up to someone and be like, your wife's fucking ugly and stupid. I don't want to do that. I'm a respectful guy, so I'm just going to be like, all right, if she makes you happy. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, if she makes you happy, but that's it. Who are you most... Well, I'm mostly proud of Jeremy Borash, and I'm excited for EC3. Who are you proud of, and who are you most excited for, Booms?
Out of the TNA crop?
Yeah.
I want to see what Drake Maverick can do. I wonder if they'll give him some action, but if not, I actually want to. I'm going to laugh my ass off if EC3 becomes like a huge star, because they had him before. They had him as Derek Bateman, and he was trying working his ass off, trying to come up with gimmicks and stuff just to get on TV. I remember he came up with one just before he left called Mr. USA Guy, just trying to, and eventually they released him. He went over to TNA, became EC3, took a life of its own. Yeah. And then now they've pulled him back in. This was a guy that they didn't want, the guy that they fucking botched, a guy that they fucking just let go. I mean, other people that they let go, Kenny Omega was let go. Brian Cage was let go.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes were made. So just this whole, I just love the fact that, NXT, WWE basically has to admit that they made a mistake. that they're not as good as scouting and finding and cultivating talent as they think they are.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I just got to tell beer friends, be there soon.
Be there soon. Save a pint.
Remember, like a half hour ago, I was like, dude, I fucking hate drinking.
Yeah. By the way, will you send me a follow-up tweet? Will you send a follow-up text? Be like, bitch, have me some chicken wings ready.
No, see, Booms, you're forgetting free beer is the #1 priority. If I go to my free beer sources and say, hey, bitch, get me chicken wings, it's not how it's done. Booms, you have to be like a Jedi master about the free beer. So
okay, or sliders. Get some sliders.
All right, Kevin Buchanan, much love. I'm gonna make separate videos on this. Tweet. And that's it. Now they're so kind. They're like waiting. How soon? All right, calm down, free beer. Jesus Christ.
All right, speed up, wrap it up.
Kevin Buchanan, much love at Royal Prince _1. Usually we make Twitter top priority. Maybe I'll make separate Stump the Idiots on this. He says, between now and WrestleMania, what they gonna do with Ronda Rousey? I don't know, but I'm leaning towards Stephanie McMahon, Triple H type thing. I think they have to do a mixed tag to protect her. I can't see her first match being there. And plus, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon really love her. You know what I mean? So, but I wonder who she'd team up with, because I don't think The Rock is coming back. Do you?
Nah, they're not going to let him.
Yeah, so I don't know. Either that or she's going to get a title shot. And if she gets a title shot, I hope she's ready. You know what I mean? I just hope she's ready. Because in a mixed tag, you can hide. You know what I mean? Plus, the mixed tag, if you do the mixed tag, it also promotes their Facebook thing. By the way, I've never seen it, Booms. Have you seen the mixed tag? Mixed tag. I don't think mixed tag. Have you seen the mixed tag? I haven't. I'm gonna might go out of my way. I maybe go see it. In the comments, mixed tag on Facebook and on the WWE Network. Is it good? Let's see. I'm starting to enjoy Elias. What do you think of 10 pounds of gold? The NWA Championship, the event, the documentary. I'm a big fan. I think. I don't know. I love the NWA. Elias is the son of Randy Savage and Damian Sandow. All right, now we know. Don't insult Glenn Danzig. Love child. Ew. What do you think about Okada's pants? I'm the only motherfucker in the world that likes his pants. The fuck? I don't know. Pro wrestlers, I like when they cover up their bodies. I don't need to see their fucking goodie parts. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't believe this is such a huge debate, but I saw him wear pants. Like, oh, that's cool. He's wearing pants. That was my response. That's it. Maybe I love Okada more than a straight man should, but yeah, I'm okay with the pants. Your call?
I'm kind of indifferent to it. I just thought it was different. I mean, I think it's just he's doing.
I'm surprised the internet made a big deal as much as it has.
Well, I think it's just because it looks a little weird, but I think you get it just to do something different, just to have some kind of different look, just something to get people talking. And it got people talking.
Yeah. Michael, long time brother. Yeah, Michael Texas is coming back. I'm sorry, dude. Slowly but surely, I'm starting to see the internet infantry return.
Mm-hmm.
So much love, guys. Heavy J, rating rosters in the WWE plan every year in 2016. It was New Japan in 2016. It was ROH 2018. Now it's Impact. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're #1, it's just business. It's sad, but it's business. TNA is like the poor kid in school that everybody bullies. I wanted to succeed. You know, that is probably the most legit, sincere comment I've read all day. I think that's how I feel, except I just don't watch him. No, I think I want him to succeed. I turn a blind eye. I'm that coward. I'm like, oh my God, that poor kid's getting bullied. I could do something about it and watch it and buy products, but I'm just going to turn away slowly and watch New Japan and Lucha Underground. In this scenario, I'm not the hero, Boom Boom.
Mm.
Boom Boom's like, fuck that. Boom Boom's beating the poor kid up. He's like, fuck you. I had to review you for a stupid website. Yep. Heavy J says, if Rosemary leaves, I might be done with Impact. I've been done for a while. Robobobo says, no, it'll be the opening match and they got a limited moveset. Heavy J, watch them put Cena and Nakamura versus AJ match. I hope not. I would cry. They're going to put John Cena with the fucking I don't know. Clint Eastwood. I don't know. Who the fuck's that guy? I can't think of his name. Tom Petty. They're losing so much talent. That tag team thing, it's the shit, and the viewership is terrible. Do you guys mean trousers? Oh, god damn it. Fucking, here we go. Okada's pants are almost as over as the Hardys. All right, moving on. And LOL. There we go. Booms, we're out of live comments. Do we have more stories?
No, I think we've covered everything that we've meant to cover.
All right. Hey, this week I didn't do Stumped Idiot, so I'm behind. But if you want to make my life stress, tweet me at KocoSports Stumped the Idiot questions, and hopefully I'll do them. I just got to schedule my life better, says the guy who's going to get free beer. You know what? Free beer is really ruining my life. Boobs, ask me where I'm going next. You know where I'm going next. Anyway, hey, like, comment, subscribe. Slowly but surely, we're rebuilding this channel. Slowly but surely, we're rebuilding this site. It's the year of the nerd. And, yeah. Now, question of the night for the chat room while I go through plugs. Ready? Would you date a girl, let's say out of 10, she's a 7.5. She can't speak your language, and all you say is, hey, I'm so happy to see you. I missed you. And that's all you say to each other for a good 3 months. But her last name is Nakamura. Do you ask her out? That is the question. She can't speak English. My Japanese is horrible. We say hello. We miss each other. Sometimes we fist bump. Sometimes we hug. Then we go about our business. But her last name's Nakamura. So, yo! But the con is she doesn't know who Nakamura the pro wrestler is. And that's kind of sad. And then, like, the thing is, she doesn't get the joke, but that doesn't stop me from yowling every time I see her. I'm like, Nakamura, yow! She's like, I have no idea who that is. I'm like, I know. That's why we're not sleeping together.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's the question. Plugs. KocoSports.net. Like, comment, subscribe. Coco Plays. For the love of God, no one watches Coco Plays, and I love doing it. Go subscribe to Coco Plays. I play NHL badly on it. And buy my book, Operation Freak Show. It's about it's about pedophiles being killed by luchadors. And it's really fucking dark. Please go buy it. And what else should we plug? Bumbumsandstockings.net. Has anyone in the internet infantry started that website yet? And hopefully we start rocking and rolling. You know what? Maybe we'll be nerds again. Nerds, the year of 2018 or something. Booms, I might be an alcoholic. I can't even talk. Words are starting not to make sense. I'm like, there's free beers, and I'm missing it.
That's just you.
All right, Booms, let's see if they the Nakamura situation. Holy shit, there's a lot. Let's see. Rating rosters. Do you think? All right, here we go. Okay. All right, we'll just start here because I might have skipped some. Do you think the Styles versus Nakamura match at Mania will be top match? No, because Roman Reigns. Because life's not fair. Wait, I think we already read this. They're losing so much talent. Do you guys mean trousers? All right. Elias.
You went too far.
Yeah, stupid scrolling. Do you think the Styles Nakamura match? It's possible, but I don't know. Good review, guys. Hey, appreciate it, Ewok. This is more of a shooting the shit about pro wrestling show more than a review. What if her last name is Okada? I just marry her. Yes. All right, so a lot of people are saying yes. A nerd. I would subscribe. There you go. And someone asked me if I'm getting laid tonight. Robo, are you getting laid tonight? Listen, I am not getting laid tonight if it's at the cost of free beer. If my top priority is free beer, if the puss comes later, that's great. But I don't know. I don't like sleeping with bar girls. I got some good girls that I want to sleep with, not bar girls. I don't know. Is this scummy? Booms. We'll just talk about it because, we probably should have ended this show 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, probably.
All right, Booms. I want to find a good girl.
Okay.
But I go to bars and get drunk off free beer, And then I assume the girls are horrible because they're getting drunk off my free beer. Does that make me hypocritical?
Yes, it does.
All right. I thought so. And boom, serious question.
Okay.
Internet infantry, you're in on this. By the way, we talk about whatever. Someone's screaming Dave Okada. Is she into leather like Nakamura? I'll ask her. Have you ever had a threesome with another man? No. Not with another man. Moving on. Boobs, quiet. No, I've never had a threesome with another man, and I'm going to leave it at that comment right there. What was I going?
I'm not tag teaming a girl with you just to make that happen.
No. Here's the thing.
That would be awkward.
What do you like? Do you look at each other? Do you? No.
No, you don't. No. I would not make eye contact.
No, dude. No. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm out. I'm out. Threesome's okay, but the odds have to be in my favor. The odds have to be in my favor. Yeah, because no. Moving on. All right. I think we're done. I'm gonna go get some beer. Have you ever had a threesome with another man? No. LOL. All right, there you go. Like, comment, subscribe. Have we said that? Wrestle AM. This is either the best podcast ever or the worst podcast ever. Oh well, we had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people watching had fun or like cussing at us right now.
Yeah, one way or the other. All right. Boom, boom. See you next week, and hopefully we can start doing more shows. Boom. Are you freeing up your schedule? We should review one show, NXT or 205 or something like that, just to stretch our legs a bit. But Wrestle AM will be here every Saturday morning in America, every Friday night in Japan.
No, opposite way. It's Friday morning here, Friday night in Japan.
Yeah, Friday morning. So every Friday morning, join us. All right, boom. Say something smart so we can end this on a high note.
So 2 clowns are eating a cannibal, and one clown says to the other, "Hey, I think we got the joke wrong."
Like, comment, subscribe. With that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.